Hey guys, I'm Devin, your friendly neighborhood board gamer, and this is Uprising. I'm jumping back into another discussion of it. I talked a little bit about this with the first impressions that I did, but I just got done with my first solo game, and man, I really enjoyed it. I didn't fully comprehend the puzzle that existed the first time we played. Not that it's difficult to grasp. It's just there's a lot of nuances there and ways that you can manipulate the board that maybe you don't realize the first time or two that you play. And I was excited to kind of feel like I learned some things this game. I actually won barely. It was a lot of fun. So I wanted to give this game a little bit more love because I know there's a lot of people out there that like Spirit Island. I know that there's a lot of people out there that enjoy Pandemic. This has been likened to both of those, but it's also like a massive 4X experience in this kind of dark fantasy world. And it's really tough, but in a good way. It's something that I was never gripped by the experience of Spirit Island. I understand why people like it. I can see the mechanical savviness to the design, but it was just never something that engaged me. This really engages me in a fun way. The dual mechanic of the Chaos Hordes on the outside and the Imperial Legion on the inside, pressing outward and pressing inward, that kind of dual nature that you have to juggle and figure out the puzzle of as a player was really satisfying. In this particular game, the Legion never really got its footing. Every Imperial Legion card that came out, I was able to thwart it or get rid of some of the activations on it to where they didn't really do anything up until the final stages, in which case they were already behind enough in points that they weren't really able to catch up. The one that I had the most difficulty with was the Chaos Horde. They were just kind of relentless this game, and I really didn't think I was going to get to beat them. It was only I had Cal the Destroyer here for the Crow, or for the Crow, and his ability that I've had since the very beginning to get extra resources as long as you have units on that hex after combat. That's actually the only reason why I won. I was able to tie by getting a couple more havens out when I knew that one of mine was going to be destroyed, because my combat group was the Dwarkar. They're the ones who were able to really kind of thwart a lot of stuff going on. Even though they don't have a lot of troops remaining on the board, they were able to do a lot of fighting that kind of helped boosted them. And they were also really effective at completing quests. So that combination of the two of them kind of helped them outpace the fact that they didn't have a lot of havens on the board. But my Crow, even though their havens are more expensive, I had more of them on the board. So I was scoring more points from that, but I was still falling behind the Chaos Legion or the Chaos Horde because of how effective they were at scoring. And it was really just at the end there where I had gathered so many resources in the final production phase that I was able to buy my way to victory. I think I had 33 points prior to that, and I was able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points by having 25 resources at the end of the game. So that little 2 point, that 2 resource gain was the difference between winning and losing. So that level of tightness between loss and winning, that was fun. I really enjoyed that. And I felt like I was able to navigate it. And we got a few rules wrong when we played up in Ohio, but understanding those nuances, those differences between what we did and what the expectation is for typical resolution of combat, and then also just discovering the path that you can do. It was really satisfying to be able to win this game and play it solo. Now, I had a couple of the advanced cards mixed into the item deck and into the Druid deck, but I didn't really have advanced cards really anywhere, neither in the events or in the quests or advanced tiles on there. You can really scale this up to make it a lot harder for yourself. But I just wanted to check in and just reiterate how much I just enjoyed this. And I split it up over the course of 2 days. I had a little bit of time yesterday, I had a little bit of time today, and I was able to finish it today. I only did 3 chapters. That's another thing that you can do. I have the Arch Nemesis expansion at home, so I can create a really cinematic, larger narrative conflict if I want to. I just didn't for this one. I didn't want to do the lowest level of just 2 chapters. I didn't want to do the highest level of 4 chapters. I just stuck right in the middle and did 3 chapters. And I enjoyed that. I felt like it was a good length. I still was referring to the rules several times throughout, but it was really just to get comfortable with it. And yeah, the fact that I was able to pull a win out felt really good. And again, kind of similar to why people might think of Spirit Island, is you're mitigating so many things that you constantly feel like there's no way that you're going to win until a point where you're like, wait, I could actually pull this out. Now, I thought that I kind of felt like the Dwerg card because of some of the cards, quests, and combats that I had initiated. I knew that they were going to jump ahead, but I was really uncertain whether I was going to be able to catch up with the crowd. So that tension that you have until the very end of the game as to whether you're going to be able to pull it off, that felt really satisfying whenever I was able to navigate that and figure it out. I think that this is a game that, based off of who comes out and the tiles that are there, can really mix things up. I didn't really find a lot of the special terrain, but I also didn't investigate everything. And in a 2-faction setup, you're also having a smaller board, so you're not going to have as many things that you're searching for there. So this was a lot of fun. I'm definitely excited and eager to try it again sometime. I think the campaign's still live. I'm not sure, but even if the campaign isn't live, I imagine the Pledge Manager will be open for a while. So this is definitely one that, if I didn't have the game right now, I would certainly probably support. So I just wanted to check in with you guys, say that I had an enjoyable time with the solo mode, and second impressions or third impressions are good. Let me know if this is a game that you're interested in, and if you have any games in your collection that you think are similar to this, let me know. I'm curious about that for sure, because this was a fun time. To the designers, well done. Well done. And I'm glad that the campaign is doing well, because I think this is a beautifully produced game. It's a wonderfully variable title in terms of the experience you can get with the units on the board, the quests, the items. There's so many things that are going to make every single play completely different. This felt much more tight and manageable, and the 3-player game I had felt like beloved chaos. It was a lot of fun either way, but they also played completely different, which I think is to the benefit of this experience. All right, that's enough for me. See you guys next time. Bye.